Hello everybody! Yes, welcome back to Chapter Master. And a sincere apology from me on this behalf. I've been so busy with work and overtime and working every second weekend, I haven't actually been making videos. Because I get home at like 8 o'clock at night and I either fall asleep on the couch watching reruns of MASH, or I'm binging Total War Napoleon, my legendary campaign. So I haven't actually been having the desire to make videos, but I'm here again, and we're going back to Chapter Master, and man, I'm loving it so far, looking at all the new stuff that's going on in it. And I must say, just as a by-the-by, people keep asking me for a tips and tricks video, and the reason I've been holding off is partly my workload and work-life balance and schedule, but also the dev team has actually contacted me and said, hey, we'd like to do a tips and tricks video as well. Can you hold off and we'll do it together? So basically the devs have come to me and said, hey, we'll work on a tips and tricks video together. You know, both of us can go through it and talk about it. So just hold off. So I've actually been holding off for that. So when my ass is actually has 5 minutes to himself again and no longer working the busy period, I will actually contact the dev guys again, and maybe we can actually get that going. So yes, Chapter Master. Now, a lot of bug fixes, some of the art assets have been improved. I've actually been looking and seeing how they're actually going to be improving the interface soon. It's going to look to be quite cool. So, I figure we'll just play half an hour as Malevolent Slayer. Oh, right there, that's a cool name. Also the Angry Marines icon, that's funny. We'll just play as a random chapter and just see what we have. Cooperation is 10, that's fascinating. So look, Veliz, Zaphonia, Passive Supervision, Pyromancy, Blood Duel. Oh yeah, 10 to 20 corrupt. Not great. Ooh. That's, you know, Black Templar vibes, real Black Templar vibes on that. It's alright. Oh, never a good idea. Twin Power Fists and a Boltstorm Gauntlets. Quite cool. Right, so let's see what we've got. Again, oh, look at this. 8 frigates, 10 escorts, system troops. Oh, this interface is so much nicer. And you can hide and bring it back. Based. That's great. Freaking fleet. Oh, look at that. Fucking fleet outline. Crafts. Hunter class, escort. Gladius. Looks like they've gotten the Battlefleet Gothic model outlines. Quite cool. Torpedo batteries, recruitment, moderate. Oh yes, armamentorium. War gear vehicle ships. Yeah, I remember reading about the new research system. Combat knives, chainsaws, arcanum. Oh yes, spread everything out across pages, that's good. Armor, Exterminatus, Plasma Bomb. Mark 6 Corvus, Mark 7 Aquila. Yeah, you know, it kind of makes sense to have the decent armor be more expensive. Although, it is funny Mark 5 is more expensive. Yeah, hastily assembled during the Horus Heresy is a stopgap. It was interesting because in Deliverance Lost, they actually categorized Mark V as any jury-rig suits created, you know, during the Heresy. That was just automatically lumped together in as Mark V. But then they eventually came up with a standardized Mark V pattern using basically the Raven Guard's improvised system of taking Rhino parts and using them to reinforce broken suits. So it's quite an interesting sort of thing about the armor. Vehicles, Predator tanks, Land Raiders, Dreadnoughts. Oh, page 2. Oh, whirlwind missiles, void shields. Lucifer pattern engines. Yeah, that's Blood Angel engines. Frag assault launchers. Ships. Battle barge. Strike cruisers. Very nice. Apothecarium. Yeah, do that. No artifacts. Now, oh. That is shiny and nice. Let's have a look. Oh, the character models are so crisp. You don't have the green backgrounds around them anymore. Like, oh, that's beautiful. And you got the Tech Marine potential, the Chaplain and Apothecarium potential, Librarian potential. Damn, look at Vanguard veterans, Stern Guards, Terminators. Oh, Assault Terminators. Oh, that Thunderhammer and Storm Shield is crisp. What about vehicles? No model for Land Raiders yet, but that's fine. It's not really that important. But Dreadnoughts, that's good. Ooh, Mark III armor. Stalker pattern bulk gun. Let's have a look at just random company marines. That's quite nice too. Devastators. Why are you armed with a bolter? You're a devastator. Get yourself a heavy weapon like a real man. Like a real Astartes. Tank Marine. Ooh, what's that? Damn, artificial armor. That's pretty mint. Librarian. Yeah, the blue. That's quite good. Terminator armor. Oh, the fact that they've got mixed up like Terminator armor, artificial armor with the specialists. Oh, that is juicy. You get not both of you, just you. You can get transferred to First Company, my friend, because that's freaking where you should live. Company Apothecary, that's quite good. Artificial armor. What's the chapter master? And free honor guard. The wings on the helmet? Maybe? Not unopposed to it. Also, the relic blade being two-handed and him holding it in both arms. That is sweet. Nice. Right. We can load up some scouts. Scouts are also handy for sending them off to do relics and shit as well. Why can I not select the squad? I was selecting the squad on these ones. Is that just it being weird again? There we go. And we'll load them up onto Potent Shadow. That's a cool name for a ship as well. Interesting. It's not letting me might be a bug I might have to report. But it's not letting me select anyone else after I've selected someone already. I have to back out of the menu and then back in again. Interesting. Still. On the fact they've got different mixes, they've got missile launchers, sniper rifles, and bolt guns. That kind of saves me doing it myself, because I'd always manually just... Luke. You're a weird one, Luke. You're staying on the homeworld, Luke, because no one likes you. You're Luke. No one likes Luke. New chapter lore, Luke is cringe, and no one likes him. Right. Sniper rifles, missile launchers. That's quite cool, actually. Heavy weapons pack. Oh, is that what you need to have heavy weapons now? Let's have a look in the armamentorium. Bolter, flamer. Categorized as under armor. Heavy weapons pack. What does it do? there says range for. Interesting. Interesting. Oh yes, do they still have the? I'm presuming they still have, and I've just been too much of a lazy ass to look at it. Yes, they have the profile of all their stats. Oh, and that's actually quite cool that they've and they've still got their bio. That is really cool. I like the fact that they've put it in. Ah, that's quite cool as well. They've actually sort of put it into their thing, so you can click on it, so it's not, cluttering up the thing. Because if you just clicked on him and then that came up automatically, then that would be quite cluttery. But it's not. That's really cool. Show profile. Very spicy. Right. Orcs, and orcs. Ooh. Hell's Iris. Fuck, that's actually a 40k place. Isn't that where Huron Blackheart? Isn't that the name of his space station inside the Maelstrom? I'm fairly confident it is. Right, so. Oh, yeah, we can select and deselect vessels, so. We'll have them. Yeah, we'll have shift to ignore waypoints, speed bonus. Oh, interesting. Speed bonus 1.5 frigates and smaller. That's quite cool. And then we'll have this little small shitty little group will go off and kill that orc world. That's quite cool. Fortress Monastery, influence, Oh, Tyrannid presence tiny. Why is there Tyrannids? I bet this chapter are like assholes that keep Tyrannids around for sport. Ooh. What slayers we got? Exuberant Destroyer, Sin Python. Exuberant Destroyer. Captain Sam. No, to be fair, Captain Sam is named after the greatest old world hero you could ever imagine. He is named after Samwise Gamgee. Yeah, I rewatched the Lord of the Rings movies. 20 years old, and they are still great. Raid with everyone. Let's see how the new combat system looks. Exactly the same. Good. I wouldn't want to complicate it too much. Flanking lictor. The flanking lictor must remain. That is a classic. We'll launch another raid. I should adjust my force disposition and have a look in the chapter management and the chapter settings too. Flanking lictor, that's nice. Chapter settings. Pardon me. Right. Oh yes, librarian. It will have to be brought back to the homeworld to check for the whatever the Mark 7 Aquila suit is. Right. Want to launch an attack. I'd just like to see what the effect of the armor is on that. Well, the company librarian just minces them, so that's fine. Enemies defeated. Ooh. Upgrade. Mega knobs. Not bad, not bad at all. It's interesting, Gene Stealer cults weren't there last time I was playing around in this, so that's actually quite a good bit of realism. Because, yeah, the Gene Stealers would have Gene Stealer cults. Can we not purge them? Oh, I guess you can't really purge the cult until you kill the Gene Stealers in the street, can you? I suppose that is a little bit on me. It's a bit like hunting out the terrorists while the frickin' enemy army is still on the battlefield. Yeah, it's a little bit premature. Oh, corruption none. Oh, okay. I guess they must have dealt with it. Right. That way. I'm just going to trust the Mechanicum. I know that's probably not the smartest idea in the world, because it's a Mechanicum, but you know. Moderate orcs. Full strength attack. 45 chaplains. That's quite a decent amount of chaplains, actually. I would have thought you'd only have one per company plus the master, like the high chaplain. Although no, then actually that depends, because if you're running independent companies or you're, say, the Black Templars, it makes sense to have more. I don't actually quite know the codex rules and limitations myself, because it's 6 free. It'll probably be about the same, honestly, if we take the routes or not. But yeah, I don't actually know the codex that well, because, I mean, honestly, while it's a nice idea, it's not actually that important. Besides, Gilliman's ripping it up anyway. Though I haven't actually kept up with too much new 40k lore. I still keep up, and I try and focus on Horus Heresy lore, because Heresy is where it's at, man. You know, we need a Great Crusade, more Great Crusade novels. We need, like, frickin' Iron Hands vs. Craftworld Eldar, or shit like that, or have the, you know, Salamanders fighting the Dark Eldar, have more battles with orcs. Like, I suppose you could use 7th edition rules, but it'd be cool to have rule set for the Great Crusade, because then you could fight against Eldar, you could fight against... I just want to see... Oh, that still has a Gene Stealer cult on it. Interesting. But it'd be cool to have rule sets for the Great Crusade. Yeah, it would be quite cool to actually have, you know, you could play in the Great Crusade. You couldn't have all the armies, you guess. Oh, Tyranids could, like, you got the Mega Arachnoids. You know, so you could actually substitute Tyranids with other stuff. So it's not theoretically completely unopposed, the idea of that. Necrons. Yeah, you couldn't really have Necrons. I think only Trazian the Infinite was the only Necron who was wandering around during the Heresy. So you couldn't really do him. But you could have other substitutes. And Chaos. Chaos were a thing. Demons were a thing. Because I remember during the Council of Nicaea, Mortarion talks about how he had to subdue a world of savages who only had like flintlock muskets and shit. But they kept summoning fucking demons. And they kept summoning like corn juggernauts and shit to fight them. And it took the Death Guard 14 months to, you know, conquer the world just because they kept having to fight through waves of demons. So, yeah, you could fight demons in Great Crusade rule set. You could fight orcs, you could fight Eldar. You could substitute Tyranids for something else. No, there are things that you could do. I like the fact that it tells you what experience your Marines are getting. That's quite nice. Any wounded? Oh yeah, 2 Marines. We'll keep them out of the fight. Well, we should mess around with bionics. And tinker with that. But yeah, I think Great Crusade era rule set with the Heresy rules would actually be really cool. And I'd rather play that than play New 40k. Although, I have Chaos Space Marines and I have Sisters of Battle. And I've got my Flesh Terrors. For Heresy, I've got Blood Angels and Emperor's Children. I was going to do Blood Angels and Raven Guard. I think I've talked about this in a really old Chapter Master video. But then I was like, well, I want to trade a force. You know, something to play against. And then I was like, well, what am I going to play? And I didn't want to play white, so I didn't want World Eaters. I was thinking of Death Guard. But then, honestly, I actually picked it up and I realized I had a full unopened thing of purple. And I was just like, done. That'll work. Emperor's Children. And the theme of my force is the Imperfect Sons, because I've running a lot of Mark III and Mark II armor for my Emperor's Children force. And the idea is that they are they are the imperfect, because they haven't got the best of everything, and yada yada yada. Ah, promotions. Okay, interesting. 6th company, 7th company, Tech Marine potential, 8th company. Who's wounded? 73% health, 75% health, 35% health, 27% health. Yeah, you're a little bit wounded. Oh, you guys are. Bionics. He's got 2 bionics now. He's got 1 bionic. What's his bionic? I want to see what his bionic is. Show bio. No, he does have a bionic. Silly game. To be fair, trying to keep track of all that information and adjusting profiles and stuff would be quite difficult. So I'm not going to be a dick about that. Blah, 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 blah. Did we kill the Tyranids? I think we killed the Tyranids off that world. Now back up in here. 2% heresy. Well, that's too much heresy for this. Right. I'm curious as to if the fleet thing is still busted, and one frigate, 3 escorts. That's good. I was worried it would be 2 battleships again, and it would do that shit where it lies to you, and it's like, no, totally. There's only a small enemy fleet here, and then you actually get into it, and it's like, oh, 10 battleships. Well, that's fun. I should have actually set borders and actually been more tactical about this, but yeah, bugger it. Can I zoom in? No, I cannot zoom in, audience. Well, we'll just have to watch this tiny corner of the screen to see this unfurl. That's 1 frigate destroyed. Now turn your asses around, strike cruisers. What's your favorite? I still think I love the design for battle barges in terms of Imperial Navy ships. Like, they're a traitor. Oh, traitor presence rampant. Yeah, interesting. Oh, we've only got 3 ships. It's not really going to do much. And the traitor presence is still extreme. Man, a lot of Tyranids in this bloody scene. New Carthage! Hey! Carthaginians survived into the frickin' 41st millennium. I suppose if Romans survived in one way or another, you'd think that they would. though. Traitor presence, rampage, extreme. Let's just try bombing. Oh, of course the neighbour decides it's a great idea to bring out the leaf vac. I might have to end this video soon, or else I'm gonna get bloody... Yep. Sunday morning, and they don't appreciate, you know, the early morning peace that comes with life. Oh well. Right. So we're killing these Tyranids. Now we've got aspirants, captains, terminators, veteran sergeants, dreadnoughts. Oh yeah, 16 terminators, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm being a basic bitch in regards to tactics and strategy. It's early morning, give me a break. If I was actually doing a proper playthrough, which I might actually resurrect the Stormblades, or maybe create a new custom chapter. I was thinking about the Iron Hands the other day, for my sins. Maybe an Iron Hand successor. I did actually come up with an Iron Hand successor once before. Let's not do that. Here we go. Damn, I can't remember the name, but I did create an Iron Hand successor because I was like, I like the idea of Iron Hands who... There we go. Who act more like the Death Guard. Like, they basically just walk across the battlefield, bolt guns blazing, you know, sort of sucking up enemy attacks with their bionics. Yeah. Thought in process. Damn. Autocannons wiped those traders out. That's good. We still got extreme corruption though, but, you know, we'll get there. Jago. Raid. And launch a full strength attack. Missile launchers, assault marines, 273 experienced. Yeah, I'm still in awe and in love with these new sprites. It's just so crispy. Ah, if I remove their bolter, yeah, then his melee attack goes up. Okay, what are you? 460, 43. Yeah, okay, interesting. Let's remove your... No, not you. Not you either. You. That's actually an interesting sort of thing if I'm keeping an eye on... Oi. Here we go, that's better. Keeping an eye on encumbrance and the melee burden versus range burden thing. Because the attack going up from like 393 to 844, that's a massive jump up in attack damage. Just as I'm theorizing, if you got rid of someone's knife or something or other, oh no, the range weapon and melee burden is fine. But if someone had a high melee burden and you got rid of it, they'd probably have a better range burden. Interesting, interesting. Damn. Yeah, spacebar's still zooming out. Oh, I didn't even see the tower. The sectors actually feel bigger. I know they're probably not actually bigger, but the icons and all the different, you know, and stuff on them actually make the sectors feel bigger. But look at these frickin' Tau assholes. Gross creatures that they are. I'm quite liking that. Diplomacy. Where's same as normal. Eldar, Orcs, Tau, Heretics, Ecclesiarchy, Inquisition. Oh yeah, that was for the... I think it was like one of the really old Duke proposals was to have NPC chapters that you could interact with. But yes. Anyway, I have shit to do. Oh, Eleanor. I thought that was destroyed and renamed Armageddon because of plot contrivances bullshit. But yes, I have stuff to do. So I'm going to actually play this game when I have another moment and make a longer video. I might resurrect an old chapter or create a new one. And actually sit through and do an hour and a half playthrough. And actually have a look around. But this is amazing. The work that the dev team, like the new dev team are doing is just brilliant. Oh, the researching stuff, that's quite cool too. 49 months before for a second. See, that means I love this in of itself, in that you don't need to constantly just be reliant on the luck of SDC fragments. If you can actually research and build your way up into it, that is just great. It really helps. Also, just looking at it, I was curious, any of these guys tech heretics? Because I know that's a thing nowadays. Show profile. Don't see any tech heretics. That's alright. Right. Well, that's all from me and the Malevolent Slayers. And I will actually make a proper playthrough. And I'll see you all again another time.